All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to Victor Plays. Getting a few things sorted out. Chrome just crashed, so I'm getting that fixed. And let's see what we can do about tweeting. Ooh. Yeah, streaming Ace Academy Live. No, it's streaming. Streaming doesn't correct the Steadicam. Streaming Ace Academy Live. All right. Well, that's tweeted out. All right, let's get busy, shall we, folks? I don't know why I said that in an accent. That's weird. It's too weird. All right, anyways, let's get down to business here. Welcome to Ace Academy. Victor Play. No, I don't want to exit. Jesus Christ. You can probably imagine what sort of day it's been. I have a horrific headache. Anyways, we're gonna get through this, but before we do, Oh, gotta get this out of the way. That's what we do before we do. But before we do, get this, get on our way here. Before we get our way, I have a bit of an announcement. So the announcement is as... I'm gonna shut this music off. Or at least take it on lower in the background. Here we go. Molto bene. Alright. So, a bit of an announcement. This is the last episode of Victor Plays. We're going to be doing Ace Academy. The reason for that is, well, quite frankly, I feel like we're kind of stuck in this game. Undertale, it was one thing. It was, you know, it was me being a bit completionist on a game that everybody said, no, you gotta play Undertale. You gotta play Undertale. You're missing out on the gaming experience of the year if you don't play Undertale. Blah, 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 blah. And, well, no one has ever claimed that Ace Academy is the gaming experience of the year. So, we're going to be doing a little bit of a revamp of Victor Plays. The idea from here on out is that we're going to be moving through my not inconsiderable Steam queue. Let me show you how many games I has on the Steam. If I can... There we go. Boop! Yeah, so here's my Steam library. And, I don't know, maybe if I can... Yeah, there we go. Take a look over here. This is... pretty much every game in Gray I haven't played. I mean, obviously I've played some of the big titles like the Batman series here and the Beginner's Guide. Oh, so good. So many of these other games. But there are a lot of games in here that I haven't played or I don't remember playing, and that's a bit of an issue because yeah, I don't want to lose out. I'm missing some games here. So here's the new plan from here on out. Each episode of Victor Plays is going to be going through an episode spending an hour, not including setup, an hour playing one of the games from the from my Steam library over here. And there's going to be 2 queues of games. One queue that I make, one queue that you guys make. I haven't really got it all quite set up yet. So we're going to be taking a little bit of a break next week while I do that. Because there's got to be some back-end setup I've got to take care of. And I got to make new assets, a more generic asset, so I don't have to change it for every game. And we got some rules. I am not going to buy any new games until we're done with this queue, which could take a while. So I'm gonna have to go in there and get rid of a lot of the games that I've already played. Let's see. No game will be played twice. I gotta go in there and get in. We're not, which means that not 2 weeks in a row we're not gonna be playing. For example, we're not gonna be playing Ace Academy after this week. It's just not happening. I have a set of review criteria. This is how I plan my shows, folks. I have this wonderful big thick notebook here, and I plan my shows in it. Got a bunch of nice review criteria here, including like how, you know, adjustable the games are, how they conform to basic accessibility standards, you know, game design, critique aesthetic, you know, things by which to judge the games, judge and review the games on, and we're gonna be doing that from here on out. So that's the plan. Don't know what else to say about it here. So this is, other than the fact that, again, once more, this is the last week we're doing Ace Academy. Alright then. In preparation, I started playing one of the games on my Steam queue, Nekopara Volume 0. I got it off of the Humble Bundle. It is not a game, as far as I can tell. Huh. Alright. Let us get back into the... I think my library it's a Stan. I feel you are correct. I do feel like I have some an acceptable level of taste in here. Oh, behind the curtain. Yeah, I got some pretty good stuff going. Oh, Ace Academy is running. Got a bunch of good stuff in here. We are going to hit some of my favorite games on the way. Grand Theft Auto 5 we're not gonna do, unfortunately, because this is gonna bring my machine to a halt. We're gonna hit some of my favorite games on the way. Dirt 2, Dirt 3, Dirt Rally is not one of my favorite games. And we're gonna, you know, we're gonna see about it. We might hit Quiplash on the way. Oh mans. But I've got to get the back end stuff set up so you guys can vote. Because how boring would it be if I picked the games every week? Alright, let's get to this. Where did I put Ace Academy? There we are. Alright. Wait, no! I don't want to start. I don't want to... No. We want to load. We want to... No, go back. There we go. No! No. I feel like I've done this every time at this point. Lose unsafe. Yes, I'm sure. There we go. I will say this about this game. I've given this game a lot of crap since we started playing it. So I will say this. Its use of music and the incorporation of the leitmotif of the theme inside of several of the musical pieces in this game is really quite good. Alright, so here we go. 9 a.m. With a yawn, I crawl out of bed. Oh, my voice sounds weird. What's going on here? Oh, I know what's happening. No, I don't want that. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Very nice. All right. With a yawn, I crawl out of bed and ready myself for the day. Get my mouse off screen, since it seems to annoy so many of you. I head downstairs expecting to see Nikki. Hey, no one's here. Weird. I pull up my phone and see a text message from her. Hey, I'm going out with some friends for breakfast and then shopping. I was gonna tell you in person, but you were still sleeping by the time I was heading out. Lazy bones. I don't know what, is that like a kiss emoji? Is that what it is? That's probably what it is. And that's how you make monkey noises. Kaito also said he's heading... Kaito said... Here we go. Kaito also said he's heading out for an emergency meeting. I know how useless you are when it comes to breakfast, so open the fridge and check the second row. TTYL! I don't know how to... I don't know what shape my face has to make this shape. Make this emoticon. I don't know how to do it. Anywho. Yeah, maybe. Maybe kissing cat. I don't know. Useless. Opening the fridge, I'm greeted with the most delicious looking egg salad sandwich I've ever seen. Damn. Nikki, you're always making it impossible to stay mad at you. Today I bring the sandwich to the table. Along with a poured glass of juice. Who eats egg salad sandwich for breakfast? To me, that rings more like a lunch meal. I wonder what and who eats it with juice? I wonder what I should do today. Work on the history project with Yuna? Ask Kaori about team strategies, hang out with Shu, see what Mayu is up to. Let's go work on that history project with Yuna. We did a good job flirting with her last time. Woohoo! I know we have a whole week to work on our project, but I like getting my assignments done early. Hopefully Yuna's the same way. I dial her number and wait. She picks up after a few rings. Where's the voice acting gone? Wait, I distinctly remember there being voice acting, and she definitely had dialogue. What happened? I guess she says hello, apparently. Is it me you're looking for? Boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's see here. Hello? Hi, Yuna, it's Barry. Hi, how are you? Good. So I was wondering if you wanted to get together and work on the project today. Sure, I'm actually glad you called. I wasn't sure about you, but I like getting a head start on my assignments. I can't help but smile. So do I. Good thing we're partners. When are you free? I'm free whenever. What about you? Same. Okay, do you want to meet around noon? Wait, it's before noon and you ate an egg salad sandwich? Ugh, protagonist. I don't know about you, man. I don't know. Hey, wait a minute, I'm just noticing this. Where did the music go? Where's the music gone? Huh? Is it just no music in this scene? What has happened here? Yeah, well, I saved, so that's fine, yeah. Uh-oh. I feel like something's gone amiss, but I can't tell what. Oh boy. Let's see about this here. Let's see what happens when I do. Want to change the audio assignment. Oh, there's a delay now. That's weird. Open volume mixer. Okay, so Ace Academy is playing through. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, something's gone funky. Interesting. Huh. All right. Technical difficulties, folks. Apparently. Huh. Where's my technical... There we go. We're gonna be experiencing some technical difficulties here for a moment. Let's see what we can do to fix that. Okay, well, we got the delay fixed, but I don't know what's going on with this. Is that channel showing any input at all? Nope. Okay. Well, let's try this. Nope. This. Maybe. Okay. Now we relaunch the game because reasons. Hey, there we go. Contact. Now we gotta wait for OBS to figure out that everything's happening here. There we go. See? I knew something weird was happening. Let's go back to this conversation. Okay, do you want to meet around noon?
Sure, at the library on campus.
Perfect. There we go. And they added the telephone effect to her too. That's a added plus here. Yeah, let's do that.
Great. I'll see you then.
See ya. We hang up. Natch. When I arrive on campus, I park my bike and wait in front of the library. It's a few minutes until noon. I hope Yuna gets here soon. Every few minutes I check the time on my phone. Oh, looks like my cat wants to be let out. Here, come on, cat. Move it. Ah! Every few minutes I check the time on my phone. 12:07. Maybe she has a punctuality problem. 12:13. 12:20. She still hasn't arrived, so I text her. Hey, I'm here, where are you? Don't have to wait long for my phone to vibrate. Sorry, I'm still waiting for the bus. I should be getting here soon, I think. Okay, I'll find us a room in the library. Okay, thanks. The library is mostly empty, which makes sense. Not too many people spend their Saturdays studying. Oh my god, that's a beautiful library. Ooh, look at that, eh? Hey, that's good. Not too many people spend their Saturdays studying. Fortunately, that means most of the collaborative spaces are open. Wandering the shelves, I gather a few reference books I think will be helpful, but I can't find the specific case study I'm looking for. Shrugging, I head into an empty room to wait for Yuna. Flipping a nearby book to a random page, I half-heartedly skim it. I check the time again. 12:45. Doesn't seem like she's coming. Which is blatantly false because she said she would be. Suddenly, I spot a flash of pink hair. Yuna is on the far side of the library searching for me. I wave at her and she smiles in acknowledgement before hurrying over.
I'm sorry I'm so late. The bus showed up way behind schedule, which is really unusual. I hope you aren't too angry with me.
I mean, that is so unusual. I mean, it's not just really unusual, it's really, really unusual. This is Japan. Can we remember this? This isn't something that really happens. At least not based on literally everything I've ever heard about Japan. Anyways, and they call that pink? That's not really pink hair. That's red hair. Let's be real here. I return her smile. It's fine. I'm just glad you made it. She slides into the chair across from me. I finally noticed she isn't wearing her uniform. Really? You finally noticed that? That is a really nice sweater. I'm surprised you didn't make a kind comment about it. I never realized how cute she was. She looks hot. It's weird seeing her out of uniform. Don't say anything. Here we go. Bing! You look really nice today. I like your outfit. You know, that is not dissimilar from what I would actually say. I have made this comment before to people. She blushes shyly. Oh,
thanks. You look nice too.
What am I wearing? Uh-oh. Thanks.
It's a little funny to see you out of uniform, but in a good way. It feels more personal somehow.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I understand.
You already picked out references?
Mm-hmm. While I was waiting for you, but I couldn't find the case study we need.
Did you check the database?
Not yet.
Let's do that.
Let's! She stands and leads the way to the nearest computer. When we get there, she types in a quick search.
It says the book is available. Let's go check the shelves again.
Alright. She leads me back towards the shelves, occasionally glancing back at me. Once we arrive, she scans the shelf for the book and frowns when she doesn't see it.
I don't understand. It should be here.
Yeah, maybe somebody else already took it out. Maybe the computer's wrong.
Maybe, but we can't work on the project without it.
Why don't we ask the front desk? Maybe they know where it is.
Good idea.
I start to head back the way we came when I glance at the cart beside us. It's filled with books, but a specific title catches my eye. Wait. Isn't that the book we need?
It is.
Great! Reach out to grab it. When I notice the horrified expression on Yuna's face. What?
You can't just take that.
What do you mean I can't just take that? Why not?
That's the return cart.
Okay, I'm not quite following you here.
The book hasn't been returned yet.
What do you mean? It's already been checked back into the system and it's in the cart.
Yeah, but it hasn't been returned to the shelf yet.
So we're saving the librarian some work. It'll be fine. We can make a copy of the section that we need and put it back in this cart.
But what if someone notices it's missing?
No one's gonna notice it's missing. They don't get paid enough to notice that a book that they were gonna put in the shelf anyways is missing from the return cart. There's no one here. Besides, we'll be quick. Don't worry. She chews nervously on her lip before giving me a reluctant nod. What is wrong with... I don't get it. I grab the book and we head for the Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Copy machine? Why aren't we just taking the pictures of it with our magic future space cell phones? She steps back when we reach the copy machine and lets me handle the copying. It takes a couple of minutes for the machine to warm up and Yuna fidgets the entire time.
Is it working?
Yeah, it just needs a minute.
We should hurry up.
I mean, don't worry, we'll be fine. She seems unconvinced, but stays quiet. The seconds seems to stretch and slow while we wait for the machine to process the copies. Yuna continues to bite at her lip. Finally, the copier spits out our papers. Yuna immediately collects them and begins walking. She quickens her pace the closer we get to the cart and doesn't relax until I nestle the book between its brethren. That wasn't so bad, was it? She smiles faintly, but her face seems a little... This woman takes her library science very seriously.
At least we have what we need.
Speaking of which, we should get to work. Wow, we've been at it for a while. I type out the last couple of words on our report. Then I lean back in my chair and grin at Yuna. And we're done.
I'm glad we were able to get that finished. Now we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week.
Yeah. We've been working for hours and it was getting pretty late. Yuna has already packed up her laptop, so I pack mine up too. She then layers the remaining reference books in her arms.
I'll go ahead and return these.
Do you need help with that?
No thanks. I'll just be a minute.
She smiles reassuringly before she leaves. I tidy up the room while she takes care of the books and meet her outside of the building.
Well, I better head to the bus stop.
I'll go with you. No, you dumbass. Offer her a ride on your awesome motorcycle.
Oh, you don't have to.
I drove here, so I don't mind. Besides, it's getting kind of late and who knows how long the bus will be. Offer to give her a ride. The bus shelter is empty when we arrive, and as expected, the bus is nowhere to be found. The bus schedule's different on the weekends?
We got a lot done today. You're very easy to work with.
Well, thanks. For a moment, I thought you were ready to bail on me.
When was that?
When we found the case study?
Oh. I thought about it. I've never done anything like that before.
Seriously? What kind of people are these people? People. Now it was my turn to look confused. You've never borrowed a book?
No, I've never borrowed a book without permission.
Permission from who? Do we need to call someone? Are you okay? It wasn't really without permission.
We totally broke the rules.
I really don't think we did. I don't know if I'd go that far.
We did. You're not supposed to use a book that's on the return cart. It's not done being processed.
Okay, but... Yeah, but that's just a minor thing. It's like when you forget to clean up your tray in the cafeteria. She's gonna give a very shocked... She always cleans up her tray in the cafeteria. She's gonna be aghast at even the suggestion. She stares blankly at me. Have you ever forgotten to clean up your tray?
Of course not. You're supposed to clean up after yourself.
What did I say? What did I say? Okay, then it's like taking extra chopsticks and napkins, taking a pen from a bag. This is the second time this week that this has come up in my life, taking a pen from a bag. Taking more than one after dinner mint from a restaurant, taking extra free samples, using multiple emails to vote for a contest entry when it's one vote per person. This is a little weird. Extra free samples, more than one after dinner mint for extra chopsticks and napkins. Let's go with extra chopsticks and napkins. When you're picking up food and you take extra chopsticks and napkins at the self-serve bar. Yuna frowns.
I only need one pair of chopsticks to eat.
They're for later.
If everyone took things in excess, then that leaves nothing for others.
An excellent treatise on the tragedy of the commons, however, not in any way practically related to reality. Okay, how about... taking more than one after dinner mint from a restaurant. Because this one's blatantly Oh, here we go. Taking extra free samples. There we go. When a store offers free samples and you wait a while before coming back again so the person handing out samples doesn't recognize you.
But what about the people who haven't already received a sample?
It's okay. The store hasn't a lot. The store will just make more samples and write it off. It's part of the budget. What about them?
If I take them, they won't have any.
Yes, they will. That's not how free samples work. They usually have a lot that they give away. Okay, how about... when a restaurant has a bowl of mints or candy for the customers to take after a meal and you take more than one?
I don't believe that's a custom in Japan.
Oh, must be an American thing then. I don't know, every time I go to Olive Garden, I take more than one mint. They're so good.
Do you do all of these things?
No, do not wuss out of this, Barry guy. You do all of these things. Everybody does all of these things. This is not unusual.
But that's breaking the rules.
There were guidelines.
I've never broken the rules.
Bull, you haven't broken the rules. I can guarantee you've broken a rule and you didn't even know you were doing it. Oh, there's gotta be something. I hate you know, I thought she was cool. I thought she was gonna be an interesting character, but now she's just kinda pissing me off. Not even once?
It would lead to utter chaos if everyone ignored the rules and did what they wanted.
But if you do not allow yourself the capacity to break the rules, then the people who make the rules can then subjugate and control you. You have to have some flexibility. Not every rule is a is morally reprehensible if you break it, for Christ's sake. Kind of like this bus, right?
Huh?
Well, the schedule said it was supposed to be here half an hour ago, but it's late.
Oh.
She looks disappointed.
I was hoping the bus issue would resolve itself before I had to go home.
But it doesn't seem like it's coming. But here's the thing. Sometimes issues don't resolve themselves, and you need to get creative. Sometimes being creative and finding a solution to the problem involves breaking the rules. Okay. It doesn't seem like it's coming. Can anyone pick you up?
My family is out of town this weekend. It's fine. I take the bus all the time.
Offer her a ride. I can take you home. smiles but shakes her head.
I don't want to cause any trouble for you. I don't mind waiting.
You're waiting for bus 85, which goes to my area of Isokaze as well. It's no trouble at all.
That's very kind of you, but you don't have to worry about me. I'm used to waiting for the bus.
I know, but it's getting late, and if I left you here alone, I'd be worried you'd never got home safely. Very true, although I don't think I'd probably be as persistent as he is. She's a grown woman, she's allowed to make her own decisions. Her cheeks tinge pink and she looks away, small smile playing at her lips.
You'd be worried about me?
Well, yeah. She looks back at me, a full smile on her face.
Well, it will get dark soon, and I wouldn't want you to worry.
Mm-hmm. Come on, let's go pick up my bike. Yeah, smile
Okay,
face.
Thanks.
When we reach my bike, Yuna's eyes widen in appreciation.
You have a beautiful ride.
I can't help myself from feeling a warmth of pride. Thanks. I brought her here from the States. She goes everywhere with me. Hop on my bike and pat the seat behind me. She carefully climbs on. Are you ready? She's gonna ask about a helmet. What is it?
What am I supposed to hold on to?
Huh. Questions. Well, you're kind of supposed to hold on to me?
What?
What do you mean, what? Do you see a bitch bar anywhere? If you don't know... Wow, that's a... So, the bitch bar is... It's the bar behind... Okay, so it's called the bitch bar because it's behind the bitch seat, because if you're riding behind if you're riding on a motorcycle and you're not driving it, you're in the bitch seat because you're a little bitch. I didn't make these terms. Don't blame me. There's no, in any case, there's no second passenger retention post on the bike. What's wrong?
This was a bad idea. I should go wait for the bus.
I feel her squirm behind me. Before she can hop off the bike, I reach back, grab her hands, and wrap her arms around my waist. You... I really can't save that one. Yeah, before she can hop off the bike, I reach back, grab her hands, and wrap her arms around my waist. Yuna lets out a small gasp. See? This isn't so bad, right?
Right.
Little bit of a delay. Yeah, little bit. I can feel the warmth of Yuna against me and the softness of her chest pressing against my back. I try not to think about it. Her grip tightens around my waist as we continue down the freeway. Yuna diligently directs me to her house. But is she wearing a helmet? Is Miss, I never break the rules, wearing a helmet, something specifically prescribed by the Department of Transportation and recommended by all motorcycle manufacturers? The scenery blends into a blur of color as we drive by. After a few minutes, Yuna's directions sound more confident, and there's a tinge of excitement in her voice. Her grip relaxes slightly, and I'm acutely aware of every time she presses close to me in to speak. Okay, second question. Future smart bike phones. Why could she not have simply texted him her address and it would auto-navigate on his helmet? This is just a thought. Anywho. I feel her hand slip away for a moment. I assume to push the hair out of her eyes, and her chest pushes up against me again as she sighs. You okay back there?
Yes. Sorry. I just love sunsets, and the view right now is breathtaking.
Shame we can't see it. Oh, hey, there we go. Where's his helmet? Anyways, I quickly glance towards the sun as it hovers over the horizon, reflecting a trail of golden fire on the glittering waves of the ocean. You definitely don't see sunsets like this in New York. Bull, you don't! I've been to New York. You absolutely see sunsets like this. I mean, maybe it's not over the ocean, but I guess that depends on what part of New York you're in. Bull.
Are you liking it in Isokaze so far?
Yeah, but I haven't seen much outside of Ace.
You should go to the park. It's so beautiful, especially in spring when the cherry blossoms bloom. I used to go there all the time and play on the statues. You'll learn a lot about the town's culture and history there too. Although I haven't been there since a while, so I'm not sure if it's changed at all.
Oh my, she has some sort of complex past. Oh, maybe you can come with me and show me.
Sure. After all, Isokaze is a pretty special place.
If you say so. Yeah, I'm beginning to see that. She leans in closer to me, but doesn't say anything more. Before long, we arrive at her house. She slips off. What a coincidence. It looks just like our house. She slips off the bike and waits for me to do the same. As I walk her to her front door, she turns to me. I don't anticipate her stopping and almost trip into her, but catch myself just in time. Still, I hear a slight gasp when she notices how close we are to each other. She suddenly becomes shy and takes a small step back.
Thanks for taking me home. I had a nice time today.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we can hang out again?
Sure.
And, do something besides study?
I'd like that. Have a good night. Get home safely, okay?
I will. Talk to you later. She turns towards the door while I go back to my bike. As I switch on the engine, I see her turn around. She gives me a brief wave before heading inside, and I wave back before heading home. As I walk into the room, I'm assaulted by the sound of laughter. Seated in the living room is Nikki and two other girls. They glance up at me as I enter. Wow! They don't even get names! They don't even get character models! They're so important! Nikki greets me with a wide grin and waves me over, while the two other girls begin whispering to each other.
Hey, you're back. Where did you go?
I met up with Yuna to work on our project.
Seriously? You did homework on a Saturday?
Yeah?
Right. I'm sure it had nothing to do with seeing a cute girl.
We really did do homework. In fact, we finished the project.
You're telling me that you were alone with a cute girl for hours and all you did was homework?
Yeah?
You're hopeless.
What? Nikki's friends glance at each other and giggle. What are you guys doing?
Playing Draw It.
What's that? The first girl speaks before Nikki can.
It's a fun game. You pick a word from the pile and draw it and people guess what it is.
Okay, this music needs some adjustment. There we go. Ha. Sounds easy enough.
Join us. Then we can play in teams of 2. Yeah, join us.
I glance at Nikki, who shrugs.
Sure, why not?
Okay. The two girls jump up excitedly. First one gets up from the couch and grabs my arm, then drags me back to sit with her. Man, she's so excited. Little does she know she's a character of no consequence.
Yay! You can be on my team!
She doesn't even have her own name. It's Nikki's bestie 1.
No! You should be on my team!
And now they're fighting over poor Barry. And she doesn't have a name either. How can you have multiple best friends unless they're equal? The other girl grabs my other arm.
Why? You and Nikki are like best friends. You two should be on a team.
Wow, this coming from you, bestie one. She hugs my arm. She tugs tighter on my arm.
But he's a pilot at Ace, which means he's smarter and should be on my team.
I feel like I'm gonna be ripped in half here.
Ouch! I thought you guys were my friends, not his.
We are. We are.
Then how come you guys don't want to be on my team?
They glance at each other, but neither girl lets go of me. Nikki crosses her arms.
Fine. Well, he's my brother, so he's gonna be on my team.
Ha! Both girls pout in disappointment and let go.
You're no fun, Nikki.
Whatever. You guys can go first.
Fine.
Nikki's friend picks up a card and smiles when she sees the word. She glances at me quickly and starts drawing. It's a guy with blonde hair wearing something eerily familiar. Second girl answers immediately.
Hot. The word is hot.
I'm being flirted with prepubescence. Oh, maybe not prepubescence. Adolescence? Yeah.
Yes!
What? How did you guess hot from that? Would you have known this was hot?
No, but it's probably a girl thing. That's sexist. How else would you describe me? That's arrogant. Probably not. You know what? Just to take the piss out of Nikki. It's pretty obvious to me. I grin at the girls, who both blush.
What? Shut up, you're no help.
Ha!
Why wouldn't you draw fire or like a cup of coffee or something? Who is this even supposed to be?
It's supposed to be me, and it's symbolic. Thank you. Ding! Light dawns on Marblehead.
Guys, my brother!
Yeah, which is why you don't get it and they do. Thankfully, this is not that kind of game.
So, he's cute.
But he's my brother.
Also, I'm standing right here.
Oh, we had no idea. Yeah, we're sorry, but you should have said something.
What? 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 Nikki blinks in confusion.
Huh? Said what?
That you and him, you know.
That we what? What?
The relationship you have with him.
What? What? Yeah, her expression naturally changes to horror.
Oh my god, no.
Oh, yeah, my sentiment exactly. This is not that kind of game.
It makes sense as to why you got so protective over him.
What?
And why you wanted him on your team.
What?
Nikki, you don't have to be embarrassed. It's okay.
No, it isn't. What?
Gross, gross, gross.
No kidding. Yeah. What? What is that? This is just so weird. Why? Why would they think that? Are they extras from some other from some Japanese dating game? Is that what they are? I'm going to head upstairs. You three do whatever it is you think you're doing.
Oh no! Stay and play with us.
No, this has just gotten too weird.
Yeah, stay.
Nope.
Don't listen to them, just go.
I am gone, Nikki. Gone. God. Ugh. Ugh. I rush up the stairs, but can still hear them arguing below.
Why did you send him away, Nikki? We were having a good time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, plus he's hot.
Oh, yeah, no. See, this is why. No.
You guys, stop it.
Yeah, be considerate of your friend. Yeah.
It's not a crime to look.
Yeah, but... Look. I know I may be in the minority on this planet of people who don't like olives, but if I don't like olives, it's a little bit inconsiderate of you to, you know, want to stop by an olive farm on a road trip with me, or open a can of olives, or it's ew, just like, no. No. No.
Well, it should be. Excuse me, I'm just gonna go throw up.
Ugh. I will never understand girls, but it's kind of funny that they thought I was hot. Actually, they weren't so, but no! No, Barry, no. I read this because I must, not because I wish to. I grin as I remember them clutching my arm close to their chests. With assets like that, you kind of forget things. No! Like that they're only in high... Well done, Barry guy. Barry Garden guy. Very good. The smile drops off my face. Maybe it's a good thing Nikki doesn't bring her friends home very often. Just then, my phone dings, announcing an email. Breathing in relief, I eagerly reach over and open the email. Breathing in relief, I eagerly reach over and open it. All team rankings will be posted on Monday. I guess I'll find out my ranking when I go to school. I spend the rest of my evening browsing online for cat videos until it's time for bed. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I fall asleep. Who knows what tomorrow will hold? Well. Okay. Well then. Let's see here. How do I... Ba-ba. Yes, we're gonna overwrite the save. Okay. So... It's time to share some thoughts about this game here. And while we're doing that... Ooh, no, that's not what I want to move. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, it's embiggened. Look at that. Let's see if I can pull up the controls here. Okay, so, thoughts about this game. Well, the learning curve on this game is essentially non-existent. It's a visual novel style game. You click your way through dialogue, and you make choices through on-screen things. Now, I will give a bit of a grievance in terms of the way it handles its QuickTime events. Now, QuickTime events can be kind of dicey. If you ever played Shenmue, you'll notice that they kind of sneak up on you, but that's kind of the point. They sneak up on you. Where it kind of breaks down, though, is where in Shenmue, it gives you a very, very bright notification as a QuickTime event. In this game, what I've noticed is that the timer for the QuickTime event choices can be a little bit hard to see sometimes. What with the weird oblique font they do, that they use, combined with the multicoloredness, it doesn't pop out. A good standard for making something pop out is making it white with a black outline. That way it contrasts against everything, really. And when your entire game mechanic is focused on choice, and that's really the only mechanic your game has, you can really consider it quite detrimental when your player lacks the ability to make a choice when they need to. I was very close multiple times on missing those QuickTime events, and I'm glad I didn't. In terms of aesthetic, visually this game is great. The characters all have very distinct outlines. Colors-wise, they stand out and are differentiable from other characters. They do get a little bit of an advantage in this because the main characters and the characters the player typically interacts with the most do have a character design, and the characters that the player doesn't interact with often don't. This is great from a budget perspective in terms of, you know, cost cutting on the production side, but also good because it lets the player know what characters they should be paying attention to. If a character has a full model, you know they're coming back, you know they're important. I know last game, I believe, I mentioned, you know, when we were first introduced to the character Yuna, that I said, oh, okay, she's gonna be important. Well, there it is. It appears to be that there is a definite track for building up a relationship between our hero protagonist and Yuna. So that's one thing you can glean from character design. Overall, though, apart from the problem with the timer for the QuickTime events, the visual style does... It neither contributes nor detracts from the functionality of the core mechanic. They do have the dialogue box thing set up pretty well. The choice box is set up pretty well. They're all very readable. It's just that one quick timer event that's a bit of a problem. Elements that stand out, though, part of the visual aesthetic, the element that really stands out is, to me, when they use additional floating thought bubble things, like we saw through that whole past sequence with Yuna's friends, not Yuna's friends, Nikki's friends, where she would emote using, or her emotions, or her emoting was expressed through the thought bubbles. I thought those were really good and really clever, and a nice way to do it without having to go through the really production expensive need of changing the character's face. It can also be mechanically difficult depending on how the engine works, the game engine, and I don't know what game engine this game is based on. Gameplay wise, I mean, it, like all visual novels, is I struggle to call it a game. Rather, I struggle to quantify its gaminess. Because that would be like, if a visual novel is to be considered a game, then a choose your own adventure book would be also considered a game, because it is literally the same mechanic. Stan573, I may play Nekopara. I'll give my thoughts on Nekopara after I give my thoughts on this, because we do have some time. There is no physicality to the skill of playing this game. However, there is some things we need to address here. The upshot about the game design, it is very quick to learn. No tactics apart from trying to guess where the story might go. Narrative structures for, you know, visual novels and choose your own adventure dealies go a few ways. Either they have a branching narrative, which can take you on to disparate paths. We saw that to an extent with Undertale, though mostly in the latter part of the game. But they mostly they mostly follow the pattern of a single long thread of narrative, and then branching things that meet back with the main thing, and then, you know, elements of that are integrated into the longer plot. We did see that earlier in the game, if I recall correctly, with the option, when we made Barry charge forward into battle in the last part. Without a doubt, throughout the entire time, there would have been, without a doubt, no matter how the battle went, there would have been a situation that would have caused Barry to be low on health, causing his Giga Drill Breaker to be activated, and causing his Giga Drill Breaker to be activated, because the presence of that thing in his mech is obviously a very important plot point that will be a focus throughout the rest of the game in terms of his interaction and the mecha combat aspect of the story. It's also probably going to unlock bits of his past. Oh, your father secretly put that into your mech to keep you from getting killed, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't played any more of this game than what we've done here on the show. Do I foresee this game being repeatable? No. Unless you're a die-hard completionist and you must explore every branch of the narrative, in which case, God help you. I could never do that. Then no, I don't really see that there's any repeatability in this game. It's not like a game like, for example, Dirt 3, wherein it is very repeatable because of the mechanics of it. Dirt 3 is a racing game. You can always get faster time, you can always beat your own times, and you can always up the difficulty. I can't really see a visual novel having much repeatability to it, just simply due to the fact that it has to have one cohesive story. Undertale, as a contrast, which I won't call it a visual novel, it's definitely an RPG, does have repeatability to it, despite the fact that it does have a overarching plot, because there are multiple endings, there are different interactions with different players, there are different interactions with different characters, there are some characters you can't interact with depending on some choices you make. So a game like Undertale would have a good repeatability versus this game, which I don't think it does. And I might be wrong about that. Sound-wise, well, let's talk about the sound. One thing that I think is really a great aspect of, let's see if I can move this to scene 2 here. No, I can't. Let's move me back off to the side here. One thing I thought was really a great... Oh, I got the hiccups suddenly. One thing I thought was a really great feature was the multiple volume sliders for the different tracks here. You can adjust the voice volume, the sound of ambient sound effects, like here if I turn this down. And yeah, you can hear the... Let me pull it up here. You hear that? That's the ambience. Watch what happens. But if you find that annoying, it's gone. Go. You can adjust the voice volume, the sound volume, over the sound effect volume, music volume. There we go. And here we go. And that's, I mean, I think that's really good. I think it had a lot of good good choices from a sound effects perspective. Particularly the ones they made on their own. The ringtone for the phone being the the theme song for the show was a great choice. It's a wonderful little tie-in. It's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know. I didn't find the music intrusive apart from the fact from the sheer volume of it. And that's where the volume sliders are very much appreciated. Sound, however, is not really used to inform the player at all. It's just there to enhance the narrative. It's not like the sound... It's not like... And this would have been a great way to solve the QuickTime event problem if they had had a sound effect adjoining the countdown timer for it, you know. So then maybe something like from the song, you know, you know, when Sonic is running out of oxygen underwater, something like that to let the player know, hey, QuickTime event, be you know, move fast, come on, pick up the pace. You know, that sort of thing. The sound effects, to a varying degree, feel present in the space of the game. Some sound effects are a little off, some aren't. The dialogue could have been tweaked a little bit more with audio effects. There were some cases where, I think right near the beginning of the game, Kaito was calling up to Barry and Nikki from downstairs, and his voice sounded like basically was right next to you, apart from the fact he was talking like this. That fake yelling you do when you can't yell or you don't want to yell. It could have used a little bit of audio effects to enhance the presence, the physicality of the audio. But contrast to that, the dialogue of Yuna on the phone, as I said earlier, was very well done, adding the loss of certain sound frequencies that's prevalent when you're in a phone call to it. Made it feel like it was a phone call, which was great. So. Story-wise, the characters were distinct and memorable. That's great. The overall writing was very tongue-in-cheek. And so, I don't really know how to judge it, because it almost felt like it was trying to be a parody of itself. But there were definitely... But the writing was solid. There wasn't anything that really stood out about it. In fact, it took some very clever turns, making jokes and some snide, sideways looks at the, at other works in the genre. And, mechanics and tropes and things like that. The big question is, do player choices affect the narrative? And that is kind of, obviously it is, it does affect it to a degree. I don't know if it affects it to the full extent, but it does to a degree. And that is it. Look at that. We're running out of time. Alrighty then, folks. We're taking next week off so I can get everything set up for the new format of Victor Plays. Beyond that, I can't. But beyond that, I'll put up a video on the channel letting you people know where you can go to vote for the games as soon as the voting system is online. And then next show, well, you'll figure out what I play as soon as I figure out what I play. Until then, this has been Victor Plays, and good night, everybody.